I'm going to start with the skin prep. What we need to do is we need to make sure that your skin is moisturized, and we're going to be using a moisturizer. Okay, once we're nice and moisturized, we're going to then put our foundation on. What I like to use is I like to use a sponge that has been wet and wrung out. And what I found to be the best for any of the competition makeup or even performance for foundation is the Rimmel long-lasting 24-hour foundation. And you can use multiple colors. For the competitions that are done in the gyms, I do like to use a lighter one than when it's actually stage lights. And if it's stage lights, I'll use one that's a little darker. So I will first start by putting a small amount on our sponge, and then I will start at the corner of the eye, and this should do about half of her face since we wet the sponge. I feather it out towards the jawline too. And again, it's called foundation so you can get a good foundation for a good skin, so you can actually see what their face is going to look like on stage or under lights. So they do have color, and also so makeup ends up staying on. I end up using a very small amount on the eyelid as well, so we can make sure that our eyeshadow ends up popping. And that's very important, is to make sure that the eyeshadow is there so you can see your dancer or cheerleader out there performing. Without putting on the foundation as your prep, it ends up going on very lightly, and when you are far away or under the lights, it washes them out. This isn't a way to make them look over made up. It's just a way to go ahead and make sure that the makeup can be seen in a way that the girl, your dancer, can be recognized with eyes and facial features. Okay, so we can finish up, of course, blending this in and feathering it out down the jawline and across, and of course this evens out the skin tone as well. Then what I also like to utilize is a powder, which I use another Rimmel product, Stay Matte, and it is a long-lasting powder, and I've come to find that we haven't had to reapply at an all-day competition, which is very nice. And I utilize a big powder brush to get this on. Next, what I like to do is I do like to utilize the blush. Now this is the blush that comes in your makeup kit, and I utilize a nice little blush brush. And again, this is so we can see them. And I have my dancer smile. Start on the apple of the cheek and feather it out. Okay, and the blush is done. Then the next thing that we're going to do is the eyes. Again, I do utilize the sponge along with putting the foundation on the eyelid, so we have a nice foundation for that. What we are doing right now, I like using different brushes than what comes in the kit. What comes in the kit you can utilize, or you can also go to Walmart and get 2 brushes, $1 each. They're e.l.f. products. One is this one. It's a nice stiffer brush that can be utilized. And then this one is a contouring brush, and it's a little softer. Okay, so we have our color palette, and our base color is going to be the lighter cream color, and then after that we will use the copper, and then we have the contouring that is the darker brown. With the stiffer flat brush, I will put the base color on. I load my brush up by patting, and I get the color loaded on. I will tap it slightly to get some of the excess off, and I then start in the corner and I work my way up to the brow. Then next, with the copper, I use the same brush, and I pat that on, again knocking off your excess, and I put it on the lid to the crease. And now, changing brushes, we're using the contour brush, and we're going with the dark brown, and I roll my brush in, and again tapping it to get the excess off, and I start at the corner, outside corner, and I roll in a circle and in through the crease, roll in a circle and down towards the bottom of the lashes, in and in. And once you get that, I take another brush that's kind of a small brush that I use to then blend out. Okay, now that we are done with that portion of it, now it's time for the eyeliner. And one of the things is, of course, your kit comes with an eyeliner. Now, the one thing that you do need to do with that eyeliner when it is brand new is you need to get the waxy coating off of that eyeliner. And what I suggest is to take a paper towel and lightly go through and take that waxy coating off, so then you can get it to work on the eyes. I'm going to show you how to line the eyes 2 different ways. Of course, it comes with a pencil. I prefer liquid liner, and the reason why is it lasts longer and it also looks cleaner. So I'm going to do 2 different lines because Of course, some don't want to purchase the extra liquid liner, which that's fine. But you know, there are preferences to looks and then also preferences to how to do the liner. So we're going to do with the pencil first, and what I do is I have my dancer close her eye, and I take and I pull the corner of the eye a little taut, not too bad, and I start on the inside and short lines right on your lash line. And I come across the lid, start back over, and darken it up. All the way out. And then I have my dancer open her eyes, and then what I do is I do what's called tight lining, where I have her look up, and then I go right in the corner, and it goes on the inside right in the corner. And then we are done with the liner there. Now with the liquid liner, I have my liner pot, which you have your liner, and I use a contoured brush. Again, you can get one similar to this one that's contoured and thin like this. That is an e.l.f. brush. This brand here, e.l.f. At Walmart for $1. And what I do is I start with a nice dry brush. I put it in and I lightly dab, so you can load your brush and keep loading until you have enough to be able to use. It's not too much, just enough. And then again, what I do is I have my dancer close her eyes, and I hold it taut, and then right at the lash line, I paint my line. Tapering it off. And then from there, I do the same thing. I tight line it, have my dancer open her eyes, look up, and right in that corner. And there we have a nice one. Is darker and it's clean, but so we have our eyes that have been lined. Then of course, last I do the mascara, because next what we're going to need to do is the glitter. And that we start at in the brow, and we do thin to a thicker glitter line. So we have our glue that comes in the kit, and it kind of has your applicator that looks like a lip gloss applicator. And I end up dabbing some of it, dab some of it out as I take it out, and we start, and you dab You don't want to really rub too much because then it can take some of the makeup off. But right at your brow line. And this glue needs to cure just a little. Best thing is to use the brush that's in the kit. As you can see, I have glitter already on it, and it's from the glue, and cleaning this brush doesn't really help. You do have your glitter that's in your kit, and good thing to do is to tap it to get it to come down before you open it, because glitter goes everywhere. Then you take and you dip your brush into your glitter, loading your brush up with the glitter. You have your dancer close her eyes, and where you place the glue, you dab that glitter on. Again, glitter will go everywhere, and you'll have to reload your brush as you go, and you put it where you've placed your glue. And as you can see, you have quite a bit of glitter. And again, with your brush that you blended, you will go ahead and brush off the excess glitter. And now you have your glitter in your brow line. Okay, so now we have our glitter. Next we have is the mascara, and sometimes you might think that's the hardest part, but there's different techniques of putting the mascara on. We're going to use the mascara that comes in the kit today, and the one thing that we want to do is we want to roll our mascara as we bring it out. None of the back and forth pumping, because we don't want to get any bacteria into our mascara. And what we want to do is we want to have our dancer look at a certain angle, which of course is going to be kind of where the eye is half closed for us. And we're going to come in and we're going to bring our brush and we're going to go back and forth and out. And back and forth and out. And back and forth out. And what we're doing is we're bringing the lashes to come up. And we are coating them. Then when it comes to the lower lashes, have your dancer go ahead and put her head back and look all the way up, and then you just kind of lightly get your brush in there to coat those lower lashes. And now we have that done, so then we're going to go back over and do a second coat, because we need to have 2 coats of mascara. Okay, and here are our eyes. All right, next we're going to go with the lips, And your kit does come with a lip pencil. This does stain and it is pretty messy. For the mini team, what is actually a good suggestion, because there's a lot of costume changes, and instead of having this lip pencil everywhere, getting us after market lips would be this L'Oreal. It's a 2-part, and it is the Infallible, and I would get number 740 Pomegranate. The color is almost identical to what comes in the kit, and what it does is it actually stains the lips, and once it dries, it's not going to rub off, and that's nice, especially with costume changes. This does stain the lips, but it does rub off. Now, this is put on in a 2-part, where you put your color on first, and then as it gets to be sticky and tacky, you then put on this conditioner at the end, and it sets it. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing the lip pencil. And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and outline your dancer's lips and then fill it in.
Neckish.
Lightly. Okay. And we are done with our mini makeup.